What's going on, guys? Big welcome to your old tower channel. We are Team Crushing the Meta, and today we're back with more from Vanguard OverDress. So we have even more information. If you haven't seen that on our Facebook group, we posted that. So more information, also more about the product release. We'll talk about all of those in this video. If you haven't seen our last two videos, you could check that out. You could go to our YouTube, and then on the YouTube channel, you could pretty much find all that we post. So right here we have the videos, and then you can see the last two videos that we have are the videos that we talked about the new Vanguard overdress. So what's new, what's different, and then also our thoughts. So two different videos, one with our thoughts and one with of course just the information being subjective. All right, so we have the Vanguard overdress. We talked about the animation before. We really didn't go that much into the story, but actually the story is also very interesting as a I think you already heard this or read this, but just you being like trying to run away, and then somebody finds him and then get him to a mysterious place, which is a park, an amusement park. When you think about an amusement park, you think in the night, you think something creepy, something like pale moon-ish. So that's definitely very interesting to see how that will go. So I'm very excited to see the anime, because I actually more of a fan of horror animes like Hellsing, like Devil May Cry, stuff like Claymore, stuff like that you could watch and you think, ooh, what will happen. And with Vanguard, it was always too cartoonish for me, too, I don't know, I didn't like it. Especially the last season. I did like the first few seasons because we love Vanguard, we love to see those units, but also the way that they made it, the way that sometimes they represented some clans, the animation in G was bad. It was really bad. Sometimes you pause the video and you see the face of the unit, you would be like, oh no, this is really bad. So Vanguard overdress right here will be hopefully different from a different studio, so hopefully the animation will be better, and we will also see a real story put into it, like they really made an anime out of it, which I love a lot, because Vanguard wasn't really an anime. So this also works in a different way. It also works in seasons, and it's different than the older Vanguard series, which this is definitely a very good change. Now they've already shown this before, and they already talked about what happened with Gize getting destroyed, with the with deity going to sleep, and it's an era without prayers, so without any deities. And that's also pretty interesting to see, because without deities, without prayers, the planet actually changed. It lost their divine protection, and it fell into ruin. So now you have, of course, the new nations, let's say. So the clans are kind of gone, and then you have nations. Again, we have talked about this before, but we'll just go through it because why not? So right here we have, of course, the brand gate, which is definitely very interesting that it's called brand gate, because normally this was the place where you have Dimension Police, you have Nova Grapplers, you have those robots that were working or fighting for justice, and then you have, of course, Link Joker, who joined in, but pretty much were evil. So now we have that nation called Brand Gate. That's interesting, and they're also waiting for the return of the voice. I'm like, okay, what's happening right here? Do we have a nation where you have Dimension Police and Link Joker evil and good, or is Link Joker becoming good, or it's DP who's becoming evil? Well, we know that DP still is good, and maybe Link Joker in the future will be bad again. We don't know. So again, they have changed stuff around in the map and how Planet Cray looks like. Then we have, of course, the Cater Sanctuary, which is the normally the United Sanctuary. So they changed a little bit of that, and they are now living on a floating island. So that's also pretty cool. Looks more like Ghibli ideas to me. So of course we have the Zoo and Megalonika into their new Utopia thingy they are created, which also looks pretty cool. And then he's there. They say a hero ended the civil war and established the dark state. Well, we all know it's rising. We all know that the hero is rising. Through all of the years, Spike Brothers in general didn't really fight that much in all of those Giza bullshit fights and everything. So I think now Spike Brothers were like, yo, you know what? I've had enough of this. It's time for us to kick ass, and all of this nation will be just okay, and there will be some balance. We'll read about that, but believe me, it's rising. And then of course we have the legendary egg, Dragon Egg. So this is how the nation would look like right now. It's a little bit different from it was. United Sanctuary was actually a little bit bigger. Dragon Empire got now a little bit bigger, and the Dark Zone and Dragon Empire here something changed also, because this is now also a little bit bigger. But Dragon Empire is still the biggest. And then of course we have the combined forces of Great Nature, Neonectar, Mega Colony, and now we add of course Grand Blue and Aquaforce to them, so 5 in this green nation, which is, I think, was a nice idea to add them to it, because we will still see some different variations in that nation itself, because we saw some very Great Nature lookalike units, but we also saw some very Aquaforce slash Grand Blue lookalike units, so we will definitely see in the same nation differences, wide, beautiful differences. And when we have of course the brand gate, which still is amazing, and I think lots of people are very happy and excited to see this. There is a lot of information written in this on this website, so you could definitely read it, enjoy it, have fun with it. I'm very happy that they put so much time and effort into creating lore and ideas, and just for us to read this, I definitely enjoyed it myself. I'm not a reader, but I still enjoy these kind of things, just looking through all these pictures and scrolling through them. That's why I'm doing this with you guys. So we have the Cater Sanctuary. It's not my favorite out of them, but out of the nations, so I will not talk too much about it, but we could definitely read this if you want to. So it's once known as United Sanctuary, is the youngest nation of the planet Krei. Interesting. Youngest, I thought maybe the Brand Gate was the youngest. This nation was once a holy kingdom of heroes that praised justice and order. So right here they talked about, of course, how it was before, and now they talk about how it's right now. Of course, it was a little bit ruined back in the days when there were a lot of wars with Kagero, and then of course with also other nations, between the nation itself, because you had of course Blastblade, Blastdark fighting, as well as Shadow Paladin and Royal Paladin, then came Gold Paladin and stuff. For the Dragon Empire, it's the only nation that really remains and kept its name, which actually is understandable, because of course you have lots of dragons, and the nation was, in my eyes, the strongest nation out of all of them, also the biggest, with like all of those huge big ass dragons and stuff. So they also said that the nation borders were getting bigger, and still remain safe for all of those military power that they have in their destructive weapon and magic and science, because again it's a nice combination of dragons and dragon knights, and of course also like mage and stuff like that. So they fought, of course, the red dragon manor, or the egg of the legendary dragon is in there. So I think maybe that will start a new era. We will see what that is, because we see the egg right here, and we see the big ass new dragon right there, and we see all the dragon mages, dragon dancers dancing around it. So that's definitely interesting to see what that will happen there. We have the Brand Gate, of course, being one of the nations that people actually really appreciate and loved a lot, as in Dimension Police has really lots of fans that love to play DP. And of course we have Link Joker, which we have the good Link Joker, the bad Link Joker, as in Messiah, as in Brand, as in Chaos Breaker, So this will be definitely interesting to see if we will have deleters, if we will have what will happen with Link Joker, and of course they are also preparing for the Void. So that is one of the things that I am interested in. Are they preparing to attack or defend against the Void when it comes, or are they also trying to embrace the Void? Because if you talk DP, then yes, they're trying to stop the Void if it comes back, but if we talk Link Joker, then I don't know. So this is definitely interesting to see what will happen in that nation itself, because maybe there will be a big fight in the nation itself. Now we have the Dark State, my favorite by far. Look at that beautiful art. The colors purple, blue, black, white are my favorites, especially purple and blue, and you do see that in there. You see it in the art, you see the skulls. So definitely a big fan already, which I already was a big fan. So the nation formerly known as Dark Zone is a magical nation dominated by the Dark Forces. We all know lots of magic, lots of bullshit happening in the Dark Zone. A small kingdom dominated by the Demon King was once so what they're actually saying right here is that there was a single hero and Gear Chronicle. And people right here thought that it could be Chrono Jet, which helps to unite this nation and bring up some laws, and also like to maybe establish some kind of balance in that nation. Well, I don't know about Chrono Jet. I mean, I could understand that you guys may be a big fan of Chrono Jet, but as I said at the start of the video, I think it was Rising. Why? Because right here they said Gear Chronicle and a single hero. They didn't say a single hero of Gear Chronicle. We don't know about the lore yet. We do know that Spike Brothers were featured as one of the main characters' units, one of the main characters and one of his units. So we will see how that would work. But if we're talking about the hero in the Dark Zone, then, or Dark Gate right now, then there is actually only one, which is Rising. And it's also the only card that was really called the hero without being a hero and a villain, just a hero, which is Rising in my eyes. Super Rising. That's right. So, which is his future self. So that does make sense to me. But again, I'm a big Spike Brother fan, so I will, even if they say it's somebody else, I was like, it's just Rising. You don't know. You didn't know. You weren't there 3,000 years ago. You would never know. Okay, then we got, of course, their new Utopia. I will just call it Utopia. This nation is Utopia, green Utopia, green-blue Utopia. But it's definitely very beautiful, and I will be interested to see art from this unit and from this nation. I think that this will be in the art only, will be maybe my favorite nation, because I love how the new Great Nature units look. I also love to see Grand Blue make a comeback. I love to see all of those clans in this big nation also showing up their true colors, as in what they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to look like. This nation it has the longest history for Planet Cray, which is Zoo and Megalinica. That's understandable because life underwater or in sea actually began way before the life above water and like on land. So this does make sense even in what we have on planet Earth as well. And they of course mixed the two nations, so now they live in a nation. So yeah, of course you could read all of this up if you want to. I'm definitely will go through it as fast as I can. We've talked about this, we talked about the D icon, we talked about the new units. They also have, of course, a new mechanic right here. So they said for the new standard format, each deck can only build with cards from Nation D. Of course, we know about that, and we just want to know what this will do. We really want to know what that new mechanic will be like. Nation-based decks. Of course, the rarities, we've also talked about that. We talked about the formats. I think this would be alright. I've said it in the other video, I keep saying it again, it should be alright, because the standard as we know right now, which will be called V, the V format will still continue as it is, and it would still be a good supported format, which we will see in the support. Then we talk about premium. Premium will still be that chaotic format that it is. And of course, we will have the D format, or the new standard format, and that will have its own format. So people who will pick up D will enjoy D as well as V, and people who play V and premium right now will also pick up D and just have those three formats to enjoy. For me, I really don't mind it. I actually have like my deck box, which has 2 decks, and I put my favorite premium, my favorite standards, and I take it everywhere I want to go to play some games. And of course, I take some other decks, like 2 other premium, 2 other standards, so I could choose what I want to play. With those 6 decks, I could actually enjoy the game of Vanguard as much as I can. But as well, as I said, I play 5 different clans, and I play Spike Brothers Standard and Premium, and then 2 clans that I play in Premium and 2 clans that I play in Standard. And I also change the build around. Sometimes I like to enjoy Mega only Premium, sometimes I like to enjoy Mega only Standard, so I change it around. So with this, I will pick up the Nation of the Dark State, and I will just play that. And for my premium decks, I will keep supporting them with the cards that are coming out. But for standard, for V standard that we know right now, that doesn't need the new card, so it will keep its own deck. Blade Master will still be Blade Master, Charlotte will still be Charlotte, Darkface will still be Darkface, or Gridora, or whatever you want to call it. And of course, I also play Nubitama, so Shiranui will always be Shiranui. We have, of course, the new right deck. We've talked about this before. This will change a lot when it comes to Vanguard, when it comes to deck building, because now, as I said before, you could just say, I will not play any grade 2. You could just skip all the grade 2s, and you could ride a grade 2 from your right deck, and this will make a very, 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 very different way to play the game. We talked about this in the other video as well. The questions they about the right deck, about the new trigger. This is one thing that I hopefully will never see in premium, but if we will, then there will be some unnecessary bullshit that we didn't want to see. Right here, you could click on these to open them up, and there will be some information regarding that deck itself. So that's also pretty cool. They really put some time and effort into making all of this. I talked about the mechanic, talked about what's in there, but also just this by itself, which will have 15 types of cards, 15 new 1 and exclusive 1 type of free holo cards. So that's good. That's pretty nice. And then of course you get some other stuff as well. A play sheet. So get a play sheet. This one's called Holy Dragon. It's interesting that the Dragon Empire have the color blue in it, which normally is Aichi, normally it's Royal Paladin, normally it's United Sanctuary, but now it's more the Dragon Empire who could use this color like for the trial deck. Then we see, of course, the new big guy who plays, we think Spike Brothers, but we know he plays the Dark Nation or the Dark State, which his favorite unit or his ace unit right here called Bruce. I'm a big fan of Bruce, as in Bruce Lee, but this also looks pretty cool because, as I said before, it's a combination of Rising and Dark Face, and that is nice. But we saw also multiple different arts when it came to Spike Brothers as a unit that's holding ball and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very excited. We see also the new guy who plays the Decatur State, and this one does use the color red. So again, it's the other way around. This nation is using the color blue a little bit, and this nation is using the color red. That's in the trial deck, although when you see the units themselves, they still kept its original power, because again, or I mean colors, because that's the understandable. So this is more like Royal Paladins, this is more like Kagero, and this is more like Spike Brothers. And we have also the others, which we have the one who plays Great Nature, and we also know this does look lots like Great Nature, which has that purple color into it, which I like it, and also the background color. I'm very excited to see what this unit would do, and also the complete art, because I'm already a big fan of this. I am not a DP player by any means, so I will let this I will leave the commentary for this to the experts. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for the trial decks that we have got. And then you could look at the other boxes that they will be giving us. So they will support all the clans right away except Bermuda. So that's good, because Bermuda just got their support, so it's okay. And then this is what we're talking about right here. This is the new release schedule. So we already are in January, and we have got the Twinkle Melody, and we are getting the deck that we have with Royals. And then, of course, when we get into February, we will get the Clan Selection Volume 1. And then they say, of course, looking forward to the weekly bits in more detail, of course. And then we have the Dream, or the Bang Dream, which, okay, sure, enjoy. It's also from V. And then we will also have the Clan Selection Volume 2. And right here, between April and May, the new standards will begin, which is D. So V will be V and D will be D. Then we will have all the trial decks, which is great. So we have on the 14th of May, we will receive all of those trial decks. I think most people will get them all, just because they are not expensive, and they should never be expensive, not in Asia, not in the US, and also not in Europe, because they are trying to introduce this to us. So I think they should not be expensive, and this is not something that Bushi is doing to make money out of it. Well, of course they do, but pretty much what they want is they want to introduce this to everyone and make it playable right away. Then we will have the booster box. We don't really have, or we do have some information about it, as we have a total of 120 cards from the new series cards, 10 types of triple R's, and because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so each nation will get 2, should be, and then we will see what those cards would be. Because we also have 15 type of double rares, which mean each nation will get 3, and then of course the others will also be divided by everything. And then we have a DSR, which is a new rarity, 40 different SPs, and 50 edge cards, so which are of course holo version of rare and common, and of course the SPs will be the SP versions of double rare, triple rare, and yeah, double rare, triple rare. There is nothing more. Double rare, triple rare. Okay, so that's very cool that we will have all of those, and of course there is one token card, so we'll have to wait and see. But that is what we will get right here. So will this be one card who support the trial deck and some cards who does, or will this be more like a introduce like Link Joker or Gear Chronicle right away? So we will have the two clans in the nation divided right away. I don't know. I hope that they support one part of the nation, one clan, very well, and then they get into the other, and not just introduce everything and make one big chaos out of it. But I think we will get back into some clans in a nation will get less support more than others. But because you could use everything in the nation itself, as long as the nation work almost in the same way, you will be tagging cards in and out. You'll be building decks without grade 1s and without grade 2s. You'll be building deck differently. So I am definitely very excited to see all of this and how D will take its form and how we will enjoy this amazing format that we're getting. And then in June, July and August, in June and July, we will get the Festival Collection 2021. So this will be again some extra cards that they will put in the D. So maybe to make it easier for us to pick up our clans. So let's say that you're picking a new clan who features Great Nature, Aqua Force, Grand Blue, Neo Nectar, Megacolony. If the trial deck is Great Nature, as from what we have seen, and you play Grand Blue, you maybe do not want to pick up Great Nature. But if they introduce in the set after that, or in June, again, Aqua Force and Grand Blue and Mega Colony right away, then you could, Neonectar of course as well, then you could just pick up those clans as well, or that part of the nation. With the support of the trial deck, you could still build a deck around it. So if you support the nation, I advise you to still get all of the cards that you think will work for that unit. So yes, I am definitely very excited, and then we will have also a premium product. Keep boosting premium as well, which is good because premium is also a format that we love. Maybe we will get a harder ban list on premium to put premium a little bit into contest, like we could understand what's happening right here in premium. But for me, it doesn't really matter. Just make premium one big chaos format as it is right now, and some people would still enjoy it and some others will not. That's pretty much it for this video, pretty much it to talk about all the information that we have got. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, just me actually watching this or reading this the first time with you guys, just going through it. Again, I'm very excited for the anime, for the new course, for what happened, and finally we will see some Spike Rulers having a trial deck, having a booster box, that there are some cards in there that support the trial deck hopefully and make a very strong deck out of it. And yeah, everything from the new format to the new mechanics that we don't know yet that are put on the cards. Definitely very excited for all of those. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in our channel. Thank you for supporting us, for liking, commenting, and subscribing on the channel. And we will see you in the next video.